Welcome to Remodel Your Life. We are shining the light on women thriving in the trades and remodeling their life into something better. Join a female carpenter as she interviews women around the country about the incredible variety of careers and financial opportunities for women in construction and the skilled trades. And now, your host, Camille Finan.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining me today. You guys know my intense love of wine. And since I live near wine country, I thought I would bring in an absolute expert on bringing together so many amazing winemakers. And so welcome to the show, Michelle Mandreau.
Well, thanks, Camille. I'm so excited to be here with you.
Yeah, so you have put together this just incredible book, Wine Country Women, and it covers 3 great territories, Napa, Sonoma, and the Willamette Wine Valley. Can you kind of give us some background of what your history was before in your career and why you created this incredible book of winemakers and just wine aficionados and everybody that's kind of running the wine country?
Sure, be happy to. So my background is slightly unusual. I worked in the media. I was an anchor and reporter in television news for a while and then got out to pursue a career in communication. So I had the opportunity to work for the Kentucky Derby Museum, for Universal Studios, and then a restaurant company that's today called Yum Brands. And I left that position and actually became the executive director of the American Institute of Wine and Food, which was started by Robert Mondavi and Julia Child. And I was given an opportunity to run that association, and it's that position that led me to a life in the Napa Valley.
That's incredible. So how long sort of were you living there, and how many years did you spend there before you got the idea for this book?
So I lived full-time in the Napa Valley for about 8 years, and during the course of my time living there, I would hear from visitors or tourists, I guess you could say. We hear all the time, gosh, I dream of living in wine country one day. Or you hear them ask, what is it like living here? As if our life is any different than theirs. I mean, we go to a job and we go home. We just happen to do it in this beautiful place called wine country. So it was basically those 2 bits of information that led me to initially want to start a lifestyle television show called Wine Country Women of Napa Valley. But at the time, back in 2011 and 2012, well, I got a lot of interest in the television show. The interest ultimately led to those companies wanting to produce a show that had more drama in it than what I wanted to create. So I tabled that idea, and several months passed, and I had an epiphany. I could take that television show idea and apply it to a series of lifestyle books and basically give the consumer a glimpse inside the lives of a diverse group of women of different ages and occupations, all of which call wine country home. So we're kind of satisfying the curiosity of wine country through the women who live there.
That's incredible. So can you tell us a little bit about the structure of the book and maybe even how you selected these incredible women to be in the book?
Sure. So as I alluded to, the book kind of helps satisfy that curiosity that people have about life in wine country. So our books are coffee table size books. So they're 11 by 11. Beautiful color photography. There is a short narrative on each woman, about 500 to 700 words, kind of capturing the best of their lives, if you will, to share with the reader. And then to expand upon their story, we ask each woman to give us a favorite family recipe, their suggested pairing, and then their explanation why that pairing works so well. So ultimately, this beautiful coffee table book is actually useful. We have it divided out like a cookbook, so the reader can pull from every category and have an instant wine dinner. Now, that being said, in our Sonoma County book, which is going to release in March, we do have a few distilleries. So you can have a cocktail in your wine dinner too.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I think we're going to have someone from a distillery on the show, and I'm actually really excited to learn about some of that myself. I really like this combination of really seeing where the wine, how it's sort of made, the craft behind it combined with food, right? So I love kind of being able to learn this pairing combination because let's face it, it can be kind of hard to know what to do.
Right. A lot of people don't know what to pair with, what dish. And also this book lends itself to girlfriends coming together and creating a progressive dinner, each taking on a course and pairing, or a reception with small bites from our appetizer section, and then picking up a wine that's been paired with those bites. So it lends itself to a lot of different applications, and we hope that it inspires great conversations and celebrations.
Yeah, it sounds fantastic. I cannot wait to get my copy of it.
I know. We got to get one in your hands ASAP.
Exactly. So how are you I know this whole thing kind of starts off in March, but how are you, how are you launching it, and sort of what are you going to do when the next book comes out?
Sure. So you did ask a question that I didn't fully address, and that is, how do I identify the women that I'm featuring? It's really important to me to capture a snapshot of the area through the women that we're featuring. So I do try to make sure that it's a diversified group of women. For obvious reasons, we tend to be a little heavy on winery owners and winemakers, but I also try to secure women who are trailblazers or leaders in the community or luminaries. So, I'm looking for diversity in age, occupation, and ethnicity to some degree. And just, really the women that are making things happen in that area. So, and to educate people that really anybody can live in wine country. And everybody has a different path that brings them there. Some heritage families.
Well, I really love all the fantastic pictures that you have in there. I think are incredible.
Oh, thanks. So we always work with a local photographer from the area that we're featuring. So each book is produced by a different photographer, and a female photographer, might I add.
Wow. That's great.
So yeah, we're getting ready to release our second book in March, Wine Country Women of Sonoma County. It's just an incredibly beautiful book. And as I mentioned, we have some distillers, we have a lot of winery owners, we have a handful of winemakers, we have a 3-star Michelin restaurateur, we have a couple of chefs who are routinely on Food Network. We have, the people that you want to know in Sonoma County.
That's great. And so what's the event that's going to sort of happen in March that you're doing? I think there's something you're doing kind of combined with the Wine Spectator magazine.
Sure. So we have a series of events that will kick off in March, but our main release event for the Sonoma County book will be at the Wine Spectator facility on Sonoma State's campus in Santa Rosa. So, and we have honed in on March 15th, so we are very excited about that. There'll be a limit on tickets. I think it's 100 or 150 tickets, so 100 to 150 people can come and meet the women who are featured in the book get their books signed, enjoy a nice reception, a short panel discussion. It should be a fun time.
Sounds fantastic. I'm definitely getting a ticket. It sounds like right up my alley.
We would love to have you there.
Yeah. Well, great. Well, thank you so much for all the work. I mean, I know making a book and this kind of a book, this level of book just takes, just an incredible amount of time and commitment. So thank you so much for just giving us these beautiful books. And ladies, if you know anything about wine or love wine or want to know anything about it, get her book and just enjoy the incredible experience of Napa Valley. So, Michelle, thank you so much for being here and sharing a little of your time.
My pleasure.
Thanks so much for listening to Remodel Your Life. I sure have enjoyed being with you today. And if you really like our show, we'd love it if you would subscribe through iTunes. You can always send us feedback through email at Camille@remodelyourlifepodcast.com. And I'll see you next week.
Thank you for listening to the Remodel Your Life podcast. This episode has ended, but your remodeling journey can continue. Head over to remodelyourlifepodcast.com to access all the resources, tools, and links mentioned in this episode. Until next time, get your hands dirty and create the life you want from the foundation up.
And thanks again to Blue Apron. I just love cooking with them and so appreciate their support of my show.